What's up, YouTube? My name is Bro. Today is July 15th, 2016, and it is going to be the middle of the afternoon soon in Japan, or rather a little after. And today is actually a very big day for Japan because, well, the Anime Akiba Girls store up on the second floor has been taken over by UtaPri. Yes. Now, you may have remembered that I told you in a previous video that the costumes for Quartet Night and Heavens were shown, as well as, of course, the ones for Stars. Well, we've just gotten some other breaking news, and that was dropped a little while ago. The news that was dropped recently was this. On August the 1st, Japan Standard Time, so that will be a Monday this year, the TV site for UtaPri will be updated to reflect Majilove Legend Star. Currently, if you go on UtaPri.tv, you will notice it still has Majilove Revolutions, which has had since the fucking season's been going on. Since that season's been going on. So now we've got the announcement that we're going to get the new site. But here's the question: what else are we going to get? See, the day that we get the new site, which will effectively be, for those of you curious, Eastern Time, that will be 11 a.m. Sunday, July 31st here. It's going to be interesting because we're going to be about, 2 months from the big day, from when UtaPri is going to be premiering. We still don't know its actual official premiere date, which is worrying. See, if you go on the website, it clearly states Season 4, and it says 2016. It says 2016 10, and the rest of it's blank. For those who are unaware, in Japan, their date format has the year first, the month, and then the day. So quite literally speaking, for me, it would be wrote out for my birthday, or birth date, 1981 5/27. Just in case anybody didn't know that. Now, what's interesting is if you do go on the Majilove Revolutions page, you can click on buttons that will show you the visual and will show you the staff listings and such. But you don't really get much as far as a story or anything else. So, where are we going? Nobody really knows yet. And we're not going to know for... If I look at my calendar here, my handy dandy clock, as of this Sunday, we will be 2 weeks. Okay, so officially, I think I said 3 weeks. I miscounted. We'll be 2 weeks away from basically when we're going to get the new website. So August 1st is the day that the fandom is going to start really speculating, and speculating hard, which is something probably a lot of people either have been low-key doing or just been out and about doing, like I have on this YouTube channel, on Tumblr, on my Twitter. I've been talking to people back and forth like crazy, and even sometimes getting in heated arguments about what groups I like. But this is going to be arguably one of the most important times for UtaPri because we don't know its future after this season yet. Remember, a lot of people don't know this, or if you've been out of the loop, allow me to refresh your memory on something. People thought that this past season was the final season for UtaPri. Then we got a season 4. Now here's season 4, is this the last season? Or are we at least going one, maybe two more? For some reason, I can't see this series not going another 2 seasons because of the fact that the 2020 Olympics are going to be going on. And if you ask me to do a proper send-off for UtaPri, you would have to give a big performance at the Tokyo Games, which would mark 10 years for the game series, 9 for the anime. And there's also something in me that makes me think, and also this was something I was talking to somebody on Twitter, there's something in me that also makes me think that even after the Olympics, UtaPri's not going to go away. We may see some cast changes. We may see Starish go. And that's okay, because if you think about it, the people who have been playing as Starish have been around since 2010. They've been around for though they would have been around for 10 years if we go that far. That's just with the games. With the anime, it's been since 2011, I want to say. Yeah, 2011. So that would be 9 years. That's still okay if you think about it. And then if they want to bring in fresh blood, they can. And you know what? The idea of because I was talking about this with somebody on Twitter, the idea of creating a new fandom is perfectly acceptable. Because look at not UtaPri, sorry. Look at, say, Sailor Moon and its reboot. For people that may have not seen the original 1990s anime, and this is their first real look, and they maybe haven't read the mangas before, these 3 seasons that they've shown currently, okay, the Dark Kingdom arc, the Dark Moon arc, the Deathbusters arc, those 3 seasons, that may have inspired these people to really go back and maybe watch the original 200 episodes, which I'm still heavily considering doing for this channel, by the way. So, could a new group create a new fandom for UtaPri? I say yes. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, you could say, well, what happened with, what was it? Blue Sky versus La Corredora Prima Paso? Because the one wasn't as well received as the other. That could happen too. But for some reason, I don't see Broccoli being that careless with a franchise that they have cultivated now for 6 years. If we go to the Olympics, it will be 10 years. Do you think they would be that reckless? No. And see, I still believe in all sincerity that UtaPri could have an effect almost like Sailor Moon did. Because even if it hasn't been around for nearly 20 years, not even 10 years yet, UtaPri's had an impact on Japan and the world. Because whether we believe it or not, and whether people will accept it, UtaPri started much like Sailor Moon did. UtaPri started as a game series that was marketed towards the female audience. But something happened. The anime happened. And I firmly believe in my heart of hearts that what happened was Broccoli and A1 and King Records sat down. They said, here's what we want to do. We want to create CDs that will maybe entice people that wouldn't initially be interested in the anime or the game series, and we want to market these towards people. Now, maybe the main audience has still been female based. We're not going to argue that. But how many male fans do you think, just out of curiosity, went up and went, who's no Prince Sama? Who's this dude? Ichino's Tokyo? I know, and I know I have the CD sitting there. I could have used them for a prop, but you get the idea. But they probably looked at the CDs and go, I might want to listen to that. Then they listen to it and go, damn, that was actually pretty interesting. And then they find out that maybe one of the songs was used in the anime, and they watch it, and okay, maybe the romance may not be their thing, but maybe they like the music, and they follow the songs, and they still follow, the lives of the idols as they try to become the best idols that they can be, and eventually also Starish try to become the #1 idol group in Japan and the world. You see where I'm going with this? UtaPri has become so special. It has become, arguably, and I do mean that, one of the most popular franchises in Japan, and is quickly becoming one of the most popular, okay, maybe not as quick as Sailor Moon did, but it's becoming popular in the Western side, in the Western fandoms. Like I've mentioned before, in, say, Belgium, Germany, the UK, Canada, the US, there's people that on this part of the world that are maybe from Canada or the US, or the whole of North America, or even South America. There's people that run Tumblr blogs dedicated to UtaPri. There's people that run Twitters dedicated to UtaPri that live on this side of the country, on this side of the international date line. And this is why we are so hyped and so into creating theories. What are they going to, headcanoning? What are they going to do with the series direction? What could they do with this group? What could they do with this group? What is Starish's role going to be in that? What would happen to Shining? What would happen to Raging? What would happen if this... There's so many different elements, and it's brought a whole group of people together. It's like, okay, you know how people talk about Pokemon Go and how it's bringing people of all races and creeds and colors and sexual orientations and together? Okay, it's doing it in a different way because people are actually going out and about and doing it that way. UtaPri is bringing people together literally through the music. That's what it's been doing. That's what it's done now for 3 seasons. This is going to be its 4th season, and I still don't think it's done. I really firmly believe in my heart of hearts that UtaPri is a franchise that could go on from now until the end of time because it impacts so many people. And that fan base is growing by the season, by the CD, whatever. I firmly believe that. Do you think if at 5th stage they weren't practically selling out of every item every 5 minutes, that Broccoli wouldn't be looking at this and going, holy shit, maybe we should think about doing a 5th season. Believe me, I think they're already thinking about it. UtaPri and Love Live. I was talking about this with a friend of mine. UtaPri and Love Live. They know how to do it. They have set a gold standard that I don't think any other idol anime out there can really try to attain, to really try and reach for the bar, because it's now been set so fucking high that you have to be able to understand what makes these series tick. You can't just say, okay, we're going to do an idol anime and we're going to have the success that UtaPri does. It's not going to happen. UtaPri is so special. UtaPri has become not a monster, because that, to me, calling it a monster is disingenuous to the people who are creating it. It's become something more. It's become something so important to a whole lot of people, and to a very diverse segment of the world, and that is something that Broccoli, NIS, King Records, you have to sit down, you have to look at, and you have to say this: what can we do to keep this momentum going? Some will say, if you do another season, it takes away the magic. But imagine how heartbroken people are going to be if after this season you say to the fans, especially latecomers, we're done. Imagine how heartbroken, imagine how crestfallen a lot of people are going to be. Do you understand, when I see stuff about the new seasons coming out now, I probably get more and more excited by the day, because I know it's going to be a very special time on whatever day you put these episodes out. Hopefully it's a weekend. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. This past season, Saturdays was my go-to day. I had UtaPri, I had Kuroko's Basketball, I had Sailor Moon Crystal. That's what I had. Actually, no. I'm sorry. It wasn't this year. I'm sorry, it was last year. I'm sorry, I'm so hyped, but you get the idea. Last year, from April to about July, that's what I had. I had my Sailor Moon Crystal, I had UtaPri, I had Kuroko's Basketball. I was set. I was done. I had everything I needed for my Saturdays, and it was like watching Saturday morning cartoons all over again. That's the God honest truth. So what I'm saying to you is, know this. Know this face. Know the face of the people. Even if you can't see the faces of all the people all over the world that are watching and listening, I wish it was humanly possible for every single Seiyu that is associated with UtaPri today. I don't care if they just started this season. I don't care if it's one of the OGs. I wish you could see the passion, the hype, and the love that every single one of us gives to your franchise. And not just monetarily, even though that is a big part of it, but just from the passion, just from the emotion that you have given to us, given to people like me, someone who loves music more than anything in the world, has been listening to music since 1986, when he first listened to the cassette tape for Invisible Touch by Genesis. And you have helped create something so special that no series, I don't think, outside of maybe Kuroko's Best Ball, outside of K-Pride, okay, but you get the idea. You are of a special breed to people like me, and if you went away, you're gonna have a lot of sad fans on your hands. I need you to understand that. Do not screw up this season, because screwing it up is letting down not just Japan, but an entire global base that has started to be cultivated. Please, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, do not screw this up. Because I'm telling you, we're on a countdown. And as the closer we get to October, the more hype is going to be generated. And believe me, friends, it's going to be a fun time. And I hope that people that live in Japan, you're ready for the ride. I hope that the people that watch this video, which I know is going long, but I don't care. I hope that you have watched this video, and I hope to God you understand why a show like this has become very important to someone like me. You have a good one. I do have another video coming up, but give me a few minutes. I need to get off my adrenaline high. Later.